Hello, I'm Officer Steve Dietrich with Waco Crime Stoppers, and I've been involved with Crime Stoppers since 1993. It started at University High School when we started a campus program, and then in 2001 I was assigned as the coordinator of Waco Crime Stoppers, which serves the entire McLennan County area, which also includes schools. While promoting Crime Stoppers and going to various schools, many times the feedback was, well, Crime Stoppers, that's a snitch program. And so I began wondering why people thought that Crime Stoppers was a snitch program. Because I used to work in drug enforcement. I used to work with informants. I used to work with real snitches. And Crime Stoppers is not a snitch program. So then I started seeing t-shirts. And then one day I was at the YMCA and I saw a little bitty child, couldn't have been more than 3, wearing a Stop Snitching shirt. And I said, this is ridiculous. When are people going to learn that tipping ain't snitching? And hey, it was born then. Tipping ain't snitching. Waco Crime Stoppers has since trademarked that saying, tipping ain't snitching. And since then, we've come up with different programs to promote Crime Stoppers and the tipping ain't snitching. The following is a copy of the program, which is now used worldwide to promote Crime Stoppers. And normally when we go out and we promote the Tippin' Ain't Snitchin', we promote Crime Stoppers, of course we begin with an introduction of myself as a speaker, if I have any guests with me. And then we always talk about my bull. I have a bull and his name is Holada. And today in the presentation, it's a little bit of humor, we'll show our bull, Mr. Holada Bull, occasionally when we hear some nonsense. And then usually after some nonsense, a whole lot of bull will make his appearance. So we'll go ahead and begin our program. A snitch versus a tipster. A snitch is a criminal who tells on his accomplices to get charges dropped for a lighter sentence. To accomplish this, a real snitch must constantly and falsely accuse others of snitching to cover themselves. And in the end, it's all about the Benjamins. It's all about, money. A tipster is somebody that cares about the safety of their school or their community. Crime Stoppers offers anonymity and cash for tips that result in something, depending on the bylaws of the organization. The campaign of Stop Snitching began in Baltimore in 2004. It was used to persuade criminal informants to stop informing law enforcement of activities. There were DVDs, there were t-shirts, that threatened violence against anyone who reported them to law enforcement. As the DVD's outreach spread, propaganda paraphernalia surfaced through Stop Snitching t-shirts and signs.
Hi, I'm Katie Couric. Welcome to Eye to Eye. Rapper Cameron has made millions from his lyrics about life in the mean streets of Harlem. And a big part of his hip-hop culture is keeping your mouth shut when the cops come around. He told CNN's Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes why he'd rather be silent than a snitch.
You were shot in both arms?
Yes.
And you have nerve damage in one of them?
Yes.
Does it still hurt?
Oh yeah, definitely. Feels like my hand is numb. It's in an ice box all day.
If you had seen who shot you, would you have told police?
No.
Why?
Because the type of business I'm in, it would definitely hurt my business. And the way that I was raised, I just don't do that. I was raised differently, not to tell.
A lot of people, though, hearing that are going to say that that's not a good thing.
The people that say it's not a good thing are most likely the people that don't buy my records. You know what I'm saying? The people that buy my records kind of understand where I'm coming from. I have a fan base of 500,000 people, which means every time my album comes out, I sell 500,000 on a good day, on a bad day. On a great day, I sell 2 million records. So basically, the people who would say that isn't a good thing, I don't think those are the same people that buy my album. The people that buy my music will understand why I'm saying what I'm saying.
So for you, it's really about business?
It's about business, but it's still also a code of ethics. Like I said, I'm raised from where we wasn't raised to tell. You wasn't brought up to say, hey, this guy did that, this guy did that. It's kind of like, not saying go do something bad to the person who did something to you, but it's kind of policing your own community.
If there's a serial killer living next door to you, though, and you know that person is, killing people, would you be a snitch if you called police and told them?
If I knew the serial killer was living next door to me?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't call and tell anybody on them, but I'll probably move. Like, I'm not going to be around because I don't need to be living around serial killers, but I'm not going to call and be like, put the signs up like, yo, you know, the serial killer's in 4E.
It's not your responsibility.
Exactly.
Is there any situation where you think it's okay to talk to the police?
Yeah, definitely. Say hello, how you feel, everything all right, period.
Do you worry about the message that a kid listening to your music is getting?
Oh, no, I wouldn't, because basically it's parental advisory on all music. If you're not 18, you have a parental advisory on there, and parents, they don't sell it to you if you're not over 18 without it. So if you let your child pick the music up, that's more a responsibility of a parent.
But the truth is, it's not really your concern, the ramifications of this. I mean, that if no one comes forward, the murder rates, no one will get convicted of crimes, or fewer murderers will get caught. That, it doesn't really matter to you because this code is more important.
Much so, definitely.
What's your take on Cameron? He went on 60 Minutes, caught a lot of backlash. Cameron made a bad move. I mean, see, Cameron applied the rules of the street to the rules of hip-hop. The rules he talking about are the rules of the street, but that's not the rules of hip-hop. Everybody in hip-hop ain't affiliated with the streets, you know, in that level. So when they asked him that big question, you know, if a serial killer was sitting next to him, lived next to him, would he tell? And he said no. Cameron went out. And I love you, Cameron, but that was a bad call. That's like saying if I got on a plane and I knew there was a terrorist getting on the plane, I knew this guy had bombs, I wouldn't tell nobody. I just wouldn't get on the plane. Snitching is not telling on somebody doing something wrong in the hood. That's when you and your partner are involved in a crime and both of y'all get caught and you tell on your partner. That's snitching. All right, so let's get that straight. That's snitching. If me and you go out and we rob a bank, but then you get caught and you tell on me, that's snitching. But if I know somebody's in the neighborhood raping little girls, you're supposed to tell the police about that something. That's not snitching. Okay? Get it from me, baby.
I think Ice-T said it best on his follow-up to the interview with Cameron, who said that he would notify law enforcement if a serial killer moved in next to him. He would just move. Well, that made no sense. And Ice-T called him out on it. You know, Ice-T used the example of that's as crazy as not reporting a terrorist getting on a plane with a bomb. Or somebody's out there raping little girls, you know, you need to call the law enforcement on that sucker. I believe that was his words. Nobody can say that better than me. And that's the point we need to get across, that tipping ain't snitching. It's as simple as that. After informing your audience the difference between a snitch and a tipster, it's important to bring it home and give examples. For an example, if you're talking to a group of young people and they start bringing up snitching, use the example. If somebody broke in to your grandmother's house and attacked your grandmother and there was somebody out there who knew who did it, wouldn't you want them to call law enforcement? Well, they always say, well, yeah, because that's grandmother and we love grandma. And we go, well, there you go. Then there are times you need to call Crime Stoppers. You can call, text, or email. Or if you're in a school and you hear of a fellow student who brought a gun to school and they said that they're going to shoot somebody, like an active shooter situation, wouldn't you want somebody to stop that before it started? And of course, the common sense answer is always, well, yeah, in cases like that. So if you use examples that they can understand and if you personalize it for your audience, then they begin to understand the difference between a tipster and a snitch. Feel free to call Waco Crime Stoppers or contact me, Officer Steve Dietrich, at steved@ci.waco.tx.us, or call me at 254-750-1763. And I'll make sure you get a copy of the Tippin' Ain't Snitchin' program. We even have t-shirts available to help promote the program. So on behalf of Waco Crime Stoppers, I want to thank everybody, and remember, tippin' ain't snitching.